Why won't Joan Rivers' doctors get on camera and agree to interviews with the news media? You want to know the answer? Come join me as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer practicing law here in the state of New York. There are two key reasons why they won't do that. Number one is the privilege that exists between doctor and patient. And you may be saying, wait a second, but Joan Rivers is no longer alive, so that privilege should no longer exist. Well, the doctors will still argue that that information is still privileged. The second important reason is that they are afraid. They are afraid that anything they say to the news media is going to later be used against them when her daughter Melissa ultimately brings a wrongful death lawsuit seeking compensation for all the harms and injuries and untimely death of her mom, Joan Rivers. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid that anything that's recorded in a video, in an audio, that's put down in the newspaper, now will be used to contradict things that they say later on during the course of a lawsuit. And you know what? That is absolutely true. And here's how that would work. Let's say they gave a series of interviews to different news media, right? And now during the course of the lawsuit, we would have an opportunity to question the doctors who were involved in caring for Joan's tragic case. And now I would ask them questions about what occurred during the course of the procedure based upon the medical records. Then I would ask them questions about what they remember happening, separate and independent, separate and apart from whatever is contained in the medical records. And now I would look to see whether or not there's information that's publicly available during the course of these news media interviews that contradicts anything they have said during the course of the lawsuit process or anything that's recorded in the medical records that occurred during the course of this tragic procedure. So the bottom line is, these doctors are afraid. And they know that if they go ahead and give interviews, that locks that information in, which also explains why the anesthesiologist involved in Joan Rivers' care refused to fully cooperate with Medicare investigators, with the New York State Department of Health investigators. It's likely because she was scared and didn't want to have that information locked in. So now, when a lawsuit is brought later on, it can be used against her. You know, I realize you're watching this because you've got questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you're contemplating bringing a lawsuit, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, @oginski-law.com. That's it for today's quick video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.